Good morning. I am popping on just to give you some quick information about assignments. I like to do these videos to just explain what each assignment is. So if you have questions later, you can come back and just watch this quick little explanation. So hopefully it's helpful. I'm going to make one video for each assignment, just so you don't have to watch the whole thing to get information for one assignment. So I'm just going to start at the top here in the syllabus. So let's talk about it. We've discussed in class and we'll continue to. But keep in mind, this is an assignment where on the day you signed up for, you will basically be presenting to the class. So I'm going to navigate this as I go, just so you can see where I'm clicking to get to everything. The first thing I'm going to do is go down here to the course schedule, and I am going to find the sign up sheet here. Okay, so you guys have been signing up here on this sheet. So you're going to find where you have signed up, which date for, and that's going to tell you, of course, when your presentation is going to be due. So the first thing you're going to do is with your partner, you're going to create and present an anchor chart. So if you're unfamiliar with anchor chart, I'm sure you all are familiar with anchor charts. Your host teachers probably have them all over their room. But you can Google it. I just pulled this one up, like literally from Google, just to show you some that I think are decent examples of anchor charts. You can go in a lot of different directions with this, but it should be focused on the content for that week. So for example, this one is obviously about comparing fractions specifically. So if for your week, you're doing fractions, this would be one concept within that reading that you could focus on. And the anchor chart doesn't need to cover all of the content from the reading, just something that you think is important. Okay. And it should be something that someone can take and kind of use in their classroom. So the gallon man is a cute one that's very common, that shows kind of the proportional relationships between different liquid measurements. We've got some place value examples here. So tons of these all over the internet that you can use to kind of like get your mind going. I prefer that you kind of design it your own way, but how you come up with this is totally up to you. But whatever you think would be an effective anchor chart. So that's the first thing. So that will help kind of ground the class so we understand kind of some of the main points of content from that day. So just to clarify this also, that I want you to be focusing on content, I'm going to scroll down again. So for example, on, let me find a good week here. So on week one, the Let's Talk About It group one, which is going to go February 10th, we have readings related to early number sense. We have readings related to, this is like problem solving stuff, children solving problems. And then this podcast is actually related to the project norm stuff. So it's kind of like a rehumanizing podcast, right? So for this group, they should be focusing on the content, which is the early number sense. So the math part of the reading. You don't have to do all this other stuff. It's really just the content. For group two, you can, these are both readings, basic facts and operations. You can pick what you think is most important. Okay, but content. So math focused. Okay, the second part, whoops, I went to the wrong place. So let me go back up here to the assignment. The second part of the assignment is to then engage the class in a discussion. So I've linked you to this instructional playlist, okay, which looks like this. And it's just a bunch of different ideas of how to engage the class in different activities that will help facilitate a discussion. These are here for your use. So if you go on here and you're like, we have a totally different idea that's going to still create an engaging discussion, but it's not one of these, that's totally fine. This is mainly just here for your use so that you can easily kind of say, okay, let's pick one and go with it, but you don't have to. But I'm looking for interaction. So it shouldn't be a presentation at this point. It should be, how can I use this to engage the class in a discussion around, again, the content. So you could give us a task to do. You could give us, you could just use one of these and kind of come up with your own things. But again, these are just some ideas of things you might want to try out. So, and then the last thing I'll say is the max time is 30 minutes. So for all of this to happen, it needs to be in 30 minutes, and it's usually going to be towards the beginning of class. So again, you're doing an anchor chart, you're doing a discussion with the class, You can, again, creativity is encouraged, but you have resources here to use. It should last 30 minutes. And the rest of the class, your responsibility every week that you're not presenting is to bring a quote from the readings so that you can use that when we have our discussion. So that's another thing that the presenters can draw on if they want to. You don't have to use that, but that's something else that's expected. Okay, so hopefully that gives you a quick little overview of that assignment. And of course, at any time, if you have questions for me, just reach out anytime. Thank you.